yesterday you woke up to a UK outside the EU. What does this mean to you?
Well, I think the initial reaction was I was extremely disappointed. I didn't know in truth what it meant for us initially. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought it was a misrepresentation for working men and working women, which the Conservatives love to speak about, in the sense that you have Boris Johnson and Nigel Farage both come from an entirely different sort of educational background for the majority of those people, and they were sold a scam. And I think it's going to be an absolute disaster for us. And I immediately, actually, prior to this, I'd already sent two emails, one to the Tay programme and one to Channel 4 News, asking that if the referendum, when it was done, it showed that Greater London wanted to be outside of wanted to be within the European Union, and the rest of Britain wanted to be outside the European Union, that we should perhaps think of it in independent London. So we should have a separate country that would be aligned. We've got the infrastructure, we've got the money, we could probably do it. But of course it means a total sort of separation again of a country, which is what this has brought about. And I feel really sorry, I think, even for the people in Wales who don't realise that they get a tremendous amount of money. It's something like about £4 billion from the European Union to support their agricultural infrastructure. What's going to happen now? We've lost about, what was it, 350 billion in 8 hours. That's wiped off the value of shares. The value of shares actually pay for everybody's pensions around here. So what's going to happen to people's actual living standards? It's going to drop. It's going to be that slow erosion that we had when Margaret Thatcher was in power, and we had a gradual drip, drip, drip every month. My wife used to live in, work in social services and in a charity, and she was actually connected to the House of Commons. And every month there was a slow erosion of the rights that have fought for many years, for people with disabilities, for those on low incomes. And we will see that because it was never about immigration, and it was never about sovereignty. What it was about the elite still maintaining the elite. And the people who voted for this elite, when actually voted against an elite, which they're actually going to get. It's a really, really strange situation. And where we go from now, and I'm very pro-European, my wife is Greek, I've spent a lot of time working in Europe, as well as working in this country, as a union man and as a manager. So I know both sides of the argument for that. And I just think Europe will be extremely angry at what they will do to us. And America's waiting in the wings with Donald Trump and whoever becomes president, I hope he never does, but they will then set the agenda for our new trade agreement. And they will say to Britain, you're now 50 million because Scotland will leave, and they say, we will dictate the terms of that trade agreement, not you. And let's see what happens. It's lovely.
So what is your message to the new leadership coming in, taking this on?
I mean, I don't live in London, I live in Manchester.
I have no real message for them. I just hope we have an independent London, and they can go their way and we'll go our way, because 60-odd% voted in London to remain within Europe. That's the way we should go. I have no message for them. I don't think I think they've disenfranchised poor people. The poor people don't realise it, and I don't think it would take an awful lot to bring this country back together. It's created so much anger. That's all I really have to say. Thank you.